And so we arrived here the May 1, 1973, and immediately went to work. Now, at the same time, Dad had already had the basement dug that was adding on to this house that we live in, to our house.
Oh, really?
He had worked out a deal with Blaine and Lynette that if they would help him do the remodel and construction, they could live in it for rent or rent free for whatever time they determined.
Okay.
And so when the plans changed and I came to farm full time, and they said we would live in this house, then
now this is the tenant house that's now part of your home, but it was the one that was on the upper farm property when Grandpa bought it, right?
Yes, it was a 4-room home,
but had no bathroom.
Right, 1 bedroom, living room, dining room, a kitchen that had a sink in it that running water came into the sink, but no bathroom.
Okay, all right.
And so with that change, why Dad gave Blaine and Lynette the acre that home that they built is on.
Okay.
And so then we commenced, once I got here, of course, we were doing everything that had to be done, the milking, the planting, the irrigating.
So did you decide you could milk the cows? Okay.
Oh heavens, yes. I found that it wasn't near as bad as I had remembered it as a teenager.
Oh, okay.
Thought, my goodness, this is interesting. Anyhow, so that had been no problem. So anyhow, I went to work milking. Dad still milked in the mornings.
Okay.
I believe until September of that year.
All right.
And then I did the evening and the irrigating and that, and then we worked on this house.
Okay.
Now, because the house wasn't done, we lived with the folks for the next 9 months.
Okay. All right.
And what? No. Anyhow, that and that worked out, but we spent a lot of time doing building because the basement did not even have the cement poured yet.
Oh, okay.
We formed it up. We formed it up with shiplap. We poured it, tore off the forms, and of course, you know the process back then. The shiplap became your subfloor and your subsiding.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did, and of course, for 9 months, that was, you got to remember, we tore out everything in the house because it was all new sheetrock. It was, the plumbing was new because it had never had plumbing.
Right.
And essentially, we built a new house inside that shell.
Okay.
And added on.
Uh-huh.
And Dad and I did all of it, but the electrical wiring.
All right.
And so that was, so come March 1974, we were expecting our second child, Greg, on May the 30th, our
Okay.
anniversary.
All right.
And we had moved into the house in March. It would be after Christy celebrated her first birthday, because we were only in this house a week before Greg was born, 2 months.
Okay.
And so, boy, we thought we had the world by the tail, a brand new house, and we loved the farm.
Wonderful.
And so things progressed. Greg was born, and he was in the hospital for 27 days. And on the third, I think it was the third day, they called early in the morning and told Sue that they had diagnosed spinal meningitis.
Oh, wow.
So mother came out to me. I was out removing a patch of willows between our place and the Russell 40, and I saw mother coming out in the pickup, the 65 Ford pickup, and she gave me the message. And so we decided within that hour that we would go over in the afternoon, and we would Dad and I would give him a blessing, and then we'd come back to do the chores. And that's what we did. And I remember walking in the maternity ward, and they had every monitor they had possessed then in this hospital. And one of them was a heart monitor. You could hear his heartbeat. And he was in very serious condition. Dad and I scrubbed up, and we went into, he was in an isolette, and we scrubbed and went in, and I anointed him, and I asked Dad to bless him. And he was truly blessed with a miracle. And 27 days later, why, we were able to bring him home from the hospital. Had that been any other time since, he would have been life flighted to Boise, to the Medical Center there. But at the time, they had a lady doctor that was doing her internship up here, and she was able to take total care of him, and it worked out perfect. So anyhow, okay, Sue says since you want to know the farm, that
Okay, let me stop again, and we'll start a third one right now. Okay, so I'm